Welcome to this video. A very passive setup from white again with e3. He even locks in his bishop on c1. Okay, and we put out the bishop out of this pawn chain. So I already like my position here. So this is weakening the king side also, so this move didn't really help, and maybe we can start to to try to open up the position with e5. Okay, here I think this double pawn would not be a threat, and I can just play f6 here. I don't want this knight to survive here on e5, because e5 is a nice outpost for the knight. So yeah, he attacks on the king side, but with no pieces at all. So if there is an attack on one side of the board, it's often a good idea to counter-attack in the center. So I think this is what I want to do now, and I want to do it directly. So I think I will get the pawn here back. It's not a problem, and the vis-a-vis of the rook here, the king and the queen, might offer some counter-attack chances for me. So maybe I can even already try to play d4. Yes. So we attack the queen. We attack when we also attack c2. So now I'm threatening to take here on h1. So the king is somewhat locked in now in the center. So he can't castle short. I mean, it's open anyway, but this square is attacked, and he can't castle long anymore. So he will likely choose to play knight f3, and I mean, here I can play the check on h4. This looks quite good, and I'm thinking about playing something like bishop f6 as well, but I don't like him to play knight f3. Although, having said this, I mean, I can play the check here. He can't move the queen to d2 because the knight would be hanging, so he has to move his king. Yeah, but I think the easiest way is just to play bishop h4. Your opponent was disconnected. Maybe he thought I was disconnected. That's a pity. Yeah, okay, but his position is rather helpless here anyway. What does he want to do now? I will, if he plays king f1, I can just put my rook here on f1. Ah, he's coming. Okay, so this wouldn't have worked because my rook would have entered here on the second rank. But here I can also further attack him, and yeah, this all looks very, very nice. So bishop f6 maybe. oops, yeah, in this position it's also very good to play the bishop to f6. So he needs to protect c2, and this is can just be done by playing the king back to c1. But now I can simply threaten to play rook to e8, and then there is a mate on e1. So this rook is not playing in the game at all, and yeah, the reason for White's problems is that he just didn't castle. There's also a problem to find a square for his knight, so I could have kicked the knight away with b5 with the idea to enter on d2 and then attacking here on c2. I wonder if I should take the pawn here, because I think it's not that easy for White to untangle himself. You know what? I just move back. Yeah, on the other hand, he just plays knight b2 again and threatens to play knight to d3. But here he gives me the opportunity to threaten a checkmate. Which doesn't help him. So here we go. Yeah, let's take a quick look at the game. I think the whole problem was that White did not, oops, how does it work here? Did not castle, so he develops slowly, and he now attacks me without any pieces. He just attacks with pawns, so this is an attack that can hardly be successful, and due to this he weakens his kingside position. He didn't castle long yet, so what to do in such circumstances is to open up the center, and you should do it as quick as possible. I mean, I could try to prepare something like this with bishop d6 to directly take back on e5, but I thought taking here directly immediately is best way to threaten threaten White. And here, I mean, I think maybe it's better to castle long, just to get the king out of the danger zone. When he took the pawn, this position is very difficult for White to play. I think he needs to play here the check, so I need to go, and then he can castle, which would lose the queen also because of knight e2. So yeah, it's difficult. So yeah, if your opponent attacks you on one of the wings and did not castle, it's best, or one of the best ideas, just to counter-attack very quickly in the center and to open up lines, and then the king of him might come in danger zone. Thanks for watching.